Hey everyone, it's me, Empress Arcana, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Hi guys, so this is going to be a channeled messages from the lunar nodes that have just shifted into South Node in Leo and North Node in Aquarius. I'm going to do most likely a short reading because on a personal note, my housemate has a new puppy, and the puppy can get very loud. So right now the puppy's resting, and I'm trying to get the recording in. So that's what I'm doing. So let's get intuitive. I hope you guys are all doing fantastic. So since the lunar nodes shifted, I've been getting a lot of memory recall of stuff from my childhood, because for myself I have a chart ruler that is in Leo, which is my Venus, and the South Node is currently activating your Leo house as the North Node is activating your Aquarius house. So Leo is about performance, and okay, that was the first card that came through, and we're going to get into that. We're going to put that right there in the eye. The main focus of the reading, the Eight of Cups. Saturn Pisces ruled energy, which is very interesting because we finished having Saturn in Pisces. So Leo energy is very bright, very childlike. It's the heart, the heart of the matter. So wherever you have any Leo energy, there is this activation or remembrance, or kind of going back to how you maybe created an identity based on performance, on performative behavior, because there's nothing wrong, in my opinion, with performance, because it's all part of shining on a stage, whatever that proverbial stage is for you. And then with Aquarius, that is the humanitarian energy, with the beautiful, the unlikely mind to kind of have an idea, but it might be so ahead of its time. We are now in a very Aquarian activated age. I don't know if we've fully gone into I forgot my water, so I apologize for the dry throat. But the throat chakra. I don't know. I'm feeling something about the throat chakra. Look at that. Temperance. Okay. So with this main energy here, a lot of us and look at that. There's like the sun and the moon here with the Eight of Cups. So first and foremost, the energy of Saturn and Pisces. Oh, look at that. We have the Six of Pentacles. I'm sorry, I'm getting all these energies. Okay. So Saturn you can hear her. And Saturn in Pisces is the energy of leaving something behind. Leaving an emotional system that you thought was working for you behind. Whatever that emotional system is, it could be a person, a relationship, it could be anything, but it's emotional. And with the South Node in Leo right now, which are themes of how we shine and how we wish to shine in front of others on the proverbial stage of our lives, what emotional systems of the heart, which is Leo activated as well, are we leaving behind, so that we can recreate it into the North Node in Aquarius? Because Aquarius is rebellious. Aquarius is the innovator. And then with the energy in Aries right now, Saturn in Aries and Neptune in Aries, this is an activation of becoming a leader under your terms. Okay? So, oh goodness. Let's see. So we have also the 9 of Cups. Jupiter and Pisces energy. Very beautiful, very of service, okay? This is a wish fulfillment. This is a wish fulfillment. So the messages I'm grabbing, the channeled messages so far that I'm grabbing from the... I might just post this for the lulz, because whenever I channel, I get messages and I feel with my whole body and soul that I want to share the message anyway. The way that I speak, I know, is not linear. I don't see things linear. I don't experience things linearly. Most of us don't. Some of us are more aware of it and within ourselves than others, but I know that I am all over. But anyway, so the 9 of Cups energy is, how do we fill each of our cups, okay, with the energy of serving ourselves, but also serving a higher purpose. But what I'm seeing here with the South Node in Leo, the most important thing right now is releasing old paradigms, releasing old stories or identities of how you associated with Leonine energy, the lion's roar. What now makes you roar? That is what I'm hearing. What makes you roar right now? And let's not make a joke out of the little dog roaring her head off. We have here 8 of Pentacles. This is a beautiful card to come out next to the wish fulfillment card. Okay. We haven't gone, well, we did actually. Temperance is patience, right? Patience. Sagittarius energy, the explorer, the alchemist. Okay. I am challenging myself. I am. We have here the 5 of Pentacles. This is the challenge. Okay. So for the South Node in Leo, where we have so much energy from past lives, past timelines, whatever, or childhood memories coming up. For me, again, childhood memories. And I know Leo is also associated with children. That's, well, the 5th house, creativity, fun, pleasure, play, all that. We're returning to our joy, but in order to return to our joy and pleasure, what do we have to release? Okay? What do we have to release in order to finally materialize the wealth, the health, the love into our physical reality? In order to do so, we must let go of the old stories or the old identities holding us in place, stagnant, where a person has learned for so long to consume, maybe not, that's not the right word, but to take in information, whether you are comfortable with the word consume, because some people don't like the word consumption, consume media. But however you absorb or take in energy, gosh, I want to play Pokemon now. I just saw a vision of like, oh my God, what is that vine Pokemon? Not Bulbasaur. I would remember Venusaur, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur. I would remember that. Oh God. Gloom. I remember Gloom. That's the 2nd evolution. I can't believe I'm thinking Pokemon right now. Oddish, Gloom, Vileplume? I think so. Yes. Anyway. I've been wanting to do a reading with Pokemon cards, but I don't think I have my Pokemon cards anymore. I got rid of so much stuff, guys. But anyway, I'm all over the place. I blame it on Uranus in my 9th house of Gemini, where my sun is at. Okay. All right. So the 5 of Pentacles. You know what? This is a great test run for me because I wanted to see how I can manage while the dog is barking, because guys, on a personal note, side note of this collective reading, it's been a hard time the last week because like the puppy is so loud and she wants an emotional support human by her side the whole time. And people work, people do stuff. We don't, so we're doing the best, right? We're doing the best here in this household. And I think we're doing great. I, this right here is progress. You guys don't know how it was. You guys don't know. Maybe that's the message here. Another channeled message from the notes. You guys don't know what's coming. You guys are like probably like an inkling. Those that are more intuitively inclined, I feel that you might understand what concepts are coming through intuitively for yourself within your inner system, your council of you, which I'm going to start doing videos on that too, because I am learning about myself. The other day I started a new podcast called Demystifying Me with the purpose of same thing as Empress Talks, which is another podcast I had where I just talk. I just talk. And if something becomes philosophical, awesome. Which, to be fair, I'm a philosopher, so most things that come out of my mouth can come off in a philosophical sense, in a philosophical taste. Yum, yum. So, 5 of Pentacles, right? I also want to say thank you for whoever listens, because I know that I've always been so insecure about being weird, about not speaking linearly, about just being myself and just speaking. So if you guys like my flow on how I do things, thank you. And if you want to share that, those sentiments, I'd be most happy. Because sometimes we forget how amazing we do shine, even in our oddness, in our oddish, in our little oddish. I'm going to definitely put a little oddish around here somewhere as I'm talking about the Pokemon. That is the Pokemon, the channeled Pokemon. Oh, how cute could it be to have like a channeled Pokemon every reading? I don't know. I love Pokemon. Anyway, so, yes. And I feel like I'm combating the 5 of Pentacles energy, because 5 of Pentacles, I know that there's a very popular deck that shows like the woman looking down and there's like a keyhole and the key is like right across from her, something like that. So again, but the 5 of Pentacles also gives me the God help the outcast vibe. Ooh, that's good. Good download. Yum, yum. Okay. That is a good download. That is a good one. I like that. I like that so much. The 5 of Pentacles. God help the outcast. That is so Aquarian and Leo. Because Esmeralda sings and doesn't know if she is being heard. Oh, that song gets me crying every time. It's one of my favorite Disney songs. She is singing to be heard by God, by a higher power source. Someone please listen. God help the outcasts, because she feels that no one else will otherwise. That's where we are with humanity right now. The North Node in Aquarius is bringing in the energy of the collective to future endeavors of humanitarian needs and wants and desires, to rebel against the old ways that we would see the world. And this brings me back to Hades Town. I love Hades Town, my favorite musical. What a beautiful message. And it's just such a great musical. Because again, it is so hard to continue singing, to continue creating, to being in that Leo energy of creation and shining despite the winter that we all go through. In the collective, on a personal level, all of it. We go through so much on our journey. And sometimes we land in a place where it's like, am I doing enough? Am I enough? Is anything I do enough? And you realize it's always been. But in those moments where you realize it's a wound that you might have ignored this whole time, bringing in, I don't know if you can hear me, or if you're even there. That is the vibe of Aquarius and Leo, please hear me. The nodes of fate are now in a position where, please hear me. Hear my heart and soul. Hear who I am at my core. Let's work together. Let's make music together. Okay, sorry. That was, listen, I get channeled songs all the time, and I'm a cheese ball when it comes to like music. All Dogs Go to Heaven. My favorite song is the one with that crocodile, alligator, whatever. Like, I'm going to put another image here of that crocodile right here somewhere, because I love that thing. That is such a good vibe. And I think that that's like where we're going to, like, let's make music together. Let's make sweet harmony. Let's make music together, baby. Yeah. Because music is what makes a man free. Music is part of creation. It's part of Leo. Please, all Leo placements love some performance. They love the stage, not because they aren't shy. Okay, so just because you have Leo energy doesn't make you like, oh, I'm going to be super bold and I'm going to do what I want to do and be creative. No, we all go through complications. We all go through our journey. We all go through ups and downs in regard to our confidence and to how we decide to shine in the world, right? And I think it's beautiful that there will be a moment where you're like, wow, the whole journey was worth it. And I know that many people say, well, the journey is what you experience. It's the here and now. And that's what, you take with you, those experiences. But come on, gotta be honest. That feeling of recognition feels so good. But anyway, back to Five of Pentacles. You do not have to land in this position where you have to beg to be heard. You can just express yourself little by little. It's a process, and it will be a big process in the collective these days, because the way that we've been communicating our desires, our wants, and all that has become kind of convoluted, I feel, because every bit of creativity has been wrapped around, I'm going to use this word a little bit carefully, capitalism. Everything is about, how do I make money with my gifts instead of just actually enjoying your gifts? And it's been a very tough road for me, because I don't want to settle. I don't want to abandon myself anymore. But even before, in the past, I have a set way of doing things, and it feels good. And do I get sad that maybe it doesn't reach as much people as I would like? Yeah, because I want to express myself and be heard. I'm not going to lie to you. But I also don't want to compromise myself completely where I don't recognize myself anymore. And that's what a lot of people with Leo placements might have been undergoing, because in the past, they said, well, in order to get the fame, get whatever I want, whatever it is, fill in the blank there, It shows you that you can't be 100% yourself. You have to accommodate so people could find you digestible. I find that gross, but I get it. I get it. If I've tried it and I fail, I feel like I fail. I can't do it. I have to be authentic. I can't. I'm a deep thinker. I'm a deep lover. I love being intimate with energy. I love intertwining myself with concepts in relation to that. I love exploring the mind, the body. I love feeling all the senses and even more beyond what we know. I love opening up my mind and knowing that there is so much more than what we can see with our eyes. And I've been saying this for so many years. But anyway, wow, I spoke a lot. But yeah, open the window and know that you can look in. You do not have to cry or settle to be let in. You are part of community. even if you have an eccentric way of expression, or you might have insecurities on how you express yourself. I know I do. I'm not going to even lie to you. I have my insecurities, but I still do it anyway. It's the vibe of knowing how something ends, but still doing it because you're going to see it to the end. And that's how I feel personally with what I do. Because for me, so far with this, astrology has been able to play a pivotal role, a very big, beautiful archive of information when I channel, because I do like channeling placements. I love, going on a date with Saturn. Yes, I said Saturn. I envision it in my mind. How would that conversation go? Where would we go? I would allow my imagination to take me and channel the insight and information of what would Daddy Saturn speak to me about in regard to that meeting, that date. I love looking at things on a relational level and relating and merging in a sense, Exactly. Here we go with Three of Cups. It's beautiful. This is definitely what we're headed to. More collective union, more open-minded connections. This might be a bold statement, but a lot of relationships might expand on not just looking conventional anymore. That might be my fifth house Aquarius talking, because, Aquarius is the unconventional. They can be traditional, absolutely, because they are traditionally ruled by the planet Saturn. But then we have Uranus there as well as the modern ruler. And Uranus is like, let's make this a little kinky. I don't know. I just felt like saying it. And so forth, Three of Cups is an energy communicating like with your heart, with friends, with people that you relate to, even people that you might feel, will they understand me? They're allowing yourself, this energy, the Three of Cups is allowing yourself to explore on those concepts. And the Eight of Pentacles, I'm not sure if I mentioned this because I pulled it out and I'm talking so much, but wow, I've only pulled tarot cards and I have so many cards, guys. But I don't think I'm going to go too deep. I think this is a pretty good reading. I love this. I might do more. But yes, Eight of Pentacles is an energy of self-mastery. You're working on yourself to get that wish, to not feel exiled and alone anymore because you love yourself enough. You see how beautiful your journey has been till now. So the Queen of Swords is an energy of, I have to cut off, but Queen of Swords is usually ruled by Libra. So there's harmony and balance in the way that communication and words come about. So there is a structural process with the Queen of Swords. There is emotions there. The Queen of Swords is not always cold. The Queen of Swords has emotions. All the queens have emotions, I forgot the word. Oop. In all the books, I can't, the word that left me went flying out. The Queen of Swords is spoken to be, in many textbooks, they talk about the Queen of Swords as someone cold, cutthroat. She can be, but only if you cross her. There's still softness there, You know what? Let me get another deck because I've been pulling out enough tarot cards. Oh, there's one here. And we have here Jupiter, Capricorn, Two of Pentacles. So yeah, the balancing act. So I feel with every nodal axis, honestly, there's a balancing act. So whatever you're releasing or you're reassessing through the South Node in Leo, you are learning about where to go with that awakening, that knowledge as you are learning about yourself and implementing it into the North Node in Aquarius. So there's that. Commitment. Disseminating, waning water, moon. Okay. So with this card here, I feel that the lunar nodes, another channeled message I'm receiving, commit. We're going to get a couple of cards because I feel so. We're going to get, what are we going to commit to? Let's get this. This will be the final card, guys. I've spoken a lot. Okay. But Leo is asking, what old stories must need to be re-examined, revisited, reassessed so that you can let go. And the South Node assists you, okay? The South Node brings up memories, brings up certain synchronicities so that it's like, hey, look, listen, it's the Navi. The Navi of the nodes are like, at least the South Node, what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is like, hey, look, listen, I'm not trying to make you sad. I'm not trying to make you feel miserable, but I want to show you what you've forgotten. This little moment where you forgot what you really wanted, how you really wanted to shine in the world in order to get this beautiful wish fulfilled for you in that Leo house. Oh my God, this is very Aquarian. Do I surround myself with people who lift me up? So with the nodes, that's exactly, you can ask yourself that question through the lens of Leo. Is my heart in it? Does my heart feel fulfilled when I do what I do here in this house? Whether it be music, writing, creativity of sorts, your children, I don't know, whatever it is, there is something here that is asking you, does this make me feel happy anymore? And that's a big question. And then the North Node is like, how can I innovate a new system that will bring community, but also fulfill that part of me that wants to be lifted up by others too? Because it's not about being a hermit for the rest of your life. Because listen, I've hermited most of my life, unfortunately. I say unfortunately, but I've also learned a lot about myself. But in that journey, I've also realized it is a very lonely road, because the more that I learn about myself and expand my consciousness, the lonelier I feel when I'm around people, because people are not seeing what I'm seeing. And that's okay. But it becomes very lonely when my point of view is not understood. And all my life, I felt so wounded in my communication because I would always communicate and people wouldn't understand my intention or whatever, or I was just projected onto so much. But, you know, that's why I love doing these readings, because it's not just about me spewing out cards. It's about community. It's about spending time with me here in this reading, learning about whatever I'm speaking about, concepts and so forth. And maybe there's a self-realization or something, or a reminder. It's like, oh, I need to do this. Oh, that's something that I was thinking about. Stuff like that. That is the beauty of tarot readings, the beauty of all these like divinatory practices, because the truth of the matter is that this is all self-care, and this is all work on yourself. You're learning yourself. You're learning how to love yourself. You're learning how to understand your own system, how you work with people, how you wish to be seen, portrayed, however. This is what the inner work is. And most people, in my opinion, humblest of opinions, I feel they don't want to do the inner work. They just want a direct answer. But even when you receive direct answers, if you're not ready to receive that answer, you're not going to receive it. I've been there. I've seen people stuck. So what this nodal experience is showing is that there will be moments where you feel so unseen or so misunderstood. But that doesn't mean that there aren't compromises or people that wish to understand you or wish to expand with you. It's just that if you are a person that is on their own spiritual journey, for example, if you're on your own spiritual journey and it takes a lot of energy to try to explain something to someone, it's okay to take time for yourself. Because right now, maybe you're in a phase of your life where you just need to get the information out of your system for yourself, not for others. I'm going through that personally because I want to teach, I want to do all these things, but I have to have the right language for the collective. But before I have the right language for the collective, I have to have the right language for myself. And that's what I'm figuring out for me. So if anyone is going through something similar, continue that practice. Keep learning about yourself. It's okay, right? So the back of the card says, the people with whom we surround ourselves determine who we become. Does your tribe fill you up? Do they inspire you? Do they believe in you? Do they help you step into your greatest potential? That's a very beautiful place to end the reading. And I'll probably do the astro dice too, as a last thing. But honestly, that's it. It's being sovereign, knowing yourself enough to be like, okay, you can tell when someone's projecting and be like, that's fine, they're projecting today, but not to take it personally because it's not about you. And that's another lesson that we'll be learning with this Aquarius North Node and the South Node in Leo. There is a lot of friendships, especially that people get hurt. For example, one person can feel kind of way being told something by someone else. You realize it's a projection, but it still hurts because you still have a wound regarding that. So it's a very intuitive practice where you're like, wow, this served a double whammy here. I can tell where their wound is, but I also can tell where my wound is. And then you do the work if you want to, that's up to you. Okay, those are 3 dice okay, no, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. All right, let's do these. Let's put these away. Final message from the lunar nodes. Boop. Aries, 9th house, and Mercury upside down. I'm going to take that as maybe retrograde energy. Okay. So an Aries is kind of sideways, but okay. Aries landed on the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles is about the giving and receiving and the reciprocated harmony exchange between two individuals or a community and so forth. This is just a very reciprocal kind of energy, and it's an Aries. So wherever you have your Aries house is being activated by Saturn and Neptune right now and other placements, but those are the planets that I can recall that are there right now. So the way that you share yourself and receive from others, it is pioneering a new form. Okay, you're pioneering a form of giving and receiving that is more active, proactive, and it's going to be very fast paced because Aries is like excitable and stuff. But remember, stay sovereign in how you give and receive. Sovereignty is key with Aries. Aries is very about, I don't mind being a fire starter. I will start it. I will pioneer something new. But they're so excitable about things that there has to be a balance, a giving and receiving that's reciprocal. And maybe that is what this nodal axis point, like what we're going through, is part of as well, where we don't forget that we listen to one another too. That's very Aquarius coded as well. So the 9th house fell into the 3 of Cups. Mercury, Cancer. We just finished having a Mercury retrograde. Okay. So maybe there's still Mercury retrograde energy here. Do I surround myself with people who lift me up? Mercury retrograde. So maybe there's something in communication right now that is being rectified through the nodal axis now being activated with Leo and Aquarius. Friendships and so forth. You are reconsidering, who do you want to be around? Who do you want to be? How do you want to appear to others? All these questions are coming through for the nodes. 9th house is higher learning. It is long distance travel, school, higher learning, philosophy, all these things. So What new philosophies will you be learning with your friends? Because this is on top of the Three of Cups, and this is friendship celebrations. What new philosophies will you be celebrating during this period of time where you're going to be learning more about yourself and others? So these are all beautiful questions to ask yourself during this time. Okay? I love this. This was a very insightful reading. And commit to what you wish to commit to, not to feel forced by someone else, or like you're being led, like you don't feel genuine about the commitment. Take a step back. It's healthy. It's okay. You know, take your time. Pace yourself. While Taurus was, not Taurus. While Mars was in Taurus, there we go, better said. I learned to pace myself so much and give myself patience, the time, even though I get mad at myself because I want to do things so quickly, but I can only, my body, my nervous system can only process so much at one point. So again, ask yourself these questions when you're ready. You don't have to do that right now. And take your time and learn more about yourself, because that's what this is all about. This journey with astrology, with whatever we go through. I like to look at life where everything that happens is not for a reason. Like, I still have a wound with that saying, but everything happens in a way where we can learn something from it. Perhaps is a better reframe, maybe, because there are some horrible things that happen. It's like, why did that happen? But for myself, personal philosophy for myself, anything that happens in my life, even the bad stuff, the very bad stuff, I want to reframe it and see it. I try anyway, to see it from a higher perspective of what am I learning from this and what patterns led me to this point. Sometimes you don't have an answer because it's like, how the heck did that happen because of this? And sometimes you do get some insight. It's not always a win-win here, but it's always worth asking the question. That is what this here is about. Ask the questions that you are curious about so that you can learn more about others and yourself, and vice versa, and all that. All the goodies, all the good goods. Let's go. Thank you guys for spending time with me in this reading. I hope that you enjoyed it and you got some insights out of it. I'm closing up this channeling session. As for every Friday, it really is going to be a mixed bag, because I do the celebrity healing tarot readings. I still enjoy them, but sometimes it depends on the vibe for me. So every Friday I'm going to try posting a reading, a long form reading, but I do not know if it's always going to be a celebrity reading. It really depends on my mood. Because I've learned not to abandon myself when it comes to like scheduling and stuff like that, because this kinds of stuff takes a lot out of me. So I'm just doing self-care shit. All right. Love you guys. Love you, fam. My lovely Starflower fam. I have yet to share that story with you guys, but soon, right? Hopefully. I'm trying to get back into my creativity because I've been in my own underworld winter, if you will. But anyway, love you guys, and on to the next reading. Bye-bye.